Guess who's back, 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 back again, again, again. Shady's back, back, back. Tell a friend, friend, friend. Guess who's back, guess who's back, guess who's back. Na na na. There's always like early 2000s jams banging at my job, but you know, it's cool, it's nice, you know, it's nice once in a while, and then, you know, then it gets into the crazy stuff, and I'm like, all right, let me go do my classical music. What's up, everybody? Brooke here. Hello. Sorry for the little intro. It is Wednesday, the 24th of January. It's at 10:42. I'm popping on, making another video. I wanted to talk about something that is a topic that I feel like, I don't know. I feel like people talk about it, right? Like when you see all these like if you ever look into like motivational videos and stuff, and they're like, you know, they'll have a picture of like a lion and then like dramatic, like, you know, Titanic music in the back, or like Gladiator music in the back. Not Titanic, damn. It'll be like, dun, dun, dun. And it's like, live your dreams, do that. You know, all this, it's always like so like intense. And it's like, all right, bro, like just slow it down. Let's turn the volume down. Let's relax. Let's really think about this. It's always like so like dramatic, but I like it. I vibe with it. I used to have that on my playlist for like my workouts. For like a week, I would be like, you know, do the best you can, like waking up at 3 o'clock, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like just going crazy and like listening to like Rocky music and stuff. And then I'm like, all right, this is a lot. I need a break and I need a snack. So, but this is a little different. This is going to be more or less like, it's a topic that I feel like a lot of people, I have my hand warmers right now. Even though these do not last 8 hours, as I said in the last video, they last around 4 hours. I still need them. My hands are freaking freezing. They're freaking freezing, freaking laser beams. If you guys remember, I have to put the heat on a little bit. Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. I quote that movie way too much for someone that hasn't seen it in 20 years. But anyway, all right, so let's get back at the track. You ever see that, like, when people are dancing, they're like, okay, all right, reel it in, let's go. And close. All right. So, this is the topic. So, this is more or less like taking chances in your life, doing things that are different, being a different type of person, and being radical and getting getting a result that you may have not gotten if you didn't do the thing at all, right? So I see a lot of people that are like scared to make moves in their life because they're worried about what other people think about them. And I know that we've all heard that, right? Oh, never worry about what people think about you. It's like, yeah, but the truth of the matter is you're going to worry about what people think about you. We all want to have like some level of acceptance and also self-love and all this other stuff. But a lot of people are like completely debilitated by the thought of people judging them. And I've been there 100%. I've totally been there. I've been there multiple times in my life. More than I could probably count, I've been there. Especially with every big life move that I've made. I remember when I got pregnant with my oldest daughter and I was 19, and I was like, my life is over. Like, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? Like, what am I going to do? It was so scary. And I remember I just had all eyes on me. Like, I was the first one to have my daughter, in both sides of my family, my husband's side and my side. And I wasn't married at this point. My husband and I were like just on and off dating, you know? And so I remember it being like, I was like so like paralyzed by the fear of not doing the right thing. But then I remember I was like, you know, let me just lead by my intuition, my motherly instinct that kicked in. And, you know, I did the best that I could for my daughter. And, you know, she's shredding the violin, you know, Saturday nights as opposed to like smoking pot with her friends, friggin' running around the streets. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I must be doing something right, you know? But I remember feeling like so debilitated by the thought of what other people thought about me. And it's like, I feel like most people think that way. And obviously, like, all right, when you have a kid, it's a big deal. It's a massive deal. But you take that energy and you put it to anything in your life, whether it be getting a new job, switching careers, you know, just doing something that's different and that's radical. And I feel like people stop dreaming when they hit a certain age, and that age is young. I don't know what the age is, but there's like almost like a sparkle that people stop having because they are scared to dream. You know, when you see the people that do dream, and a lot of people will be like, oh, those people are narcissistic, they're, you know, this, that, and the third, they just want attention. They, you know, and of course that's also true as well. We live in a, social media hellscape in 2024, where there's many people that are attention seekers, that do things only for the internet. They don't actually have a life. But I'm talking to the people, to the people who work hard, to the dreamers, to ones who want to make their life better. I'm talking to you, to the average person. It's really hard to make changes. So like for example, right? So like I remember when I had my business, my identity was so wrapped up into running a diaper service. And when I had my podcast, which I will say is probably a major regret of mine, because I was starting to pick up steam. I was, having cool guests on. I had a lot of fun with my podcast. But you know what? It was a natural progression. I had to pivot. It's all good. I mean, but we all take chances. We all take risks, But I remember that was like such an identity for me. And when I was muttering, not muttering, it's not even a word, when I was mulling back and forth whether I should end the service or not, it was a lot for me. And I was like, what are people going to think? What are all the people going to think that I've worked with? What are all my clients going to think? What are all the people going to think that thought that I could never do it? I mean, I was this, teen mom, essentially. I was 19 when I got pregnant, that started this business, and I knew nothing, didn't go to college, I graduated from a special education program, I think I did graduate with a Regents diploma, but I mean, that was, come on, you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't anything. And I remember my teacher, loved her, but she would like help me with like these tests that are like, it's very illegal to do that, but like I wasn't going to pass if she didn't help me. So I remember thinking like, what are these people going to think, that I have to prove them wrong? I have to prove these people wrong. And it's like, no, you don't have to prove people wrong. You have to just put your head down and move forward with your life, and make the changes that you want to make with your life. If something's not working, pivot, be pivotable, and I feel like a lot of people are not pivotable. Like, granted, yes, there are statics that you have, like if you're someone that has a family, if you have you have a spouse that you want to make things work, if you have a job, you're making X amount of money, you have your non-negotiables, and then you have your negotiables. So like for me with the diaper service, I pivoted. I was like, you know what, this isn't working for me anymore. I need to move on to something different. And, there's a lot of reasons why I wanted to, exit the service. But one of them being was, I was a tradeswoman. I was a tradeswoman since I was a kid. And I knew that, there's an essential need for tradespeople, for sure. Like, for tradesmen and women, there is an essential need out there. And I really wanted to tap into that. I wanted to tap into that skill set. Maybe the fact that, AI is, Skynet is taking over. So for anybody that knows Terminator, running the whole show, is going to be taking all types of jobs. For anybody saying that's a conspiracy, that is not a conspiracy. But I just, I was like, I want to learn a skill. I want to do something different. And I remember it being I remember when I told people, I ended the service and I was welding, and they always knew I was like a welder and I was into all that stuff. But when I was like, hey, I'm joining the union, I'm becoming a plumber, I'm starting from zero. I'm starting from not knowing anyone to building myself up. And I remember the looks in people's faces like, Brooke, you all right, honey? You good? You good? Like, you need some, you want to have some, you want to talk about something? You want to have some tea? Like, you all right? Like, what the hell are you doing, And I remember I was just like, you know what? It's what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what I got to do. And I told myself too, like, because a lot of times I'll have, like, we all have like different days, like we'll have like different personalities, different days, whatever. And I remember one time I was like, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm going to join a union. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then, there's another day. It's like, you're going to do it and you're going to get to the top. You're going to get your own business. You're going to friggin' rock it, But I'm only sharing that with you all because I wanted to just share, like, a lot of people lose their spark in life, and that's because they're beat down. Listen, I get it. Like, it is, like I said, a hellscape, not to use that word again, hellscape of a society, not even getting into the literal demonic vortex that is politics. All right. I'm not even gonna get into all that, but I'm just saying, like, everything's expensive. There's a lot going on. We have things that we can't even control with the weather, with friggin' just, our environment. Like, it is a brick city in New York right now. It is freaking mucho frio, no me gusta, man. I'm telling you, it is freaking cold. I know it's winter, but damn it. So I get it. There's a lot of like things that we can't control, but what we can control is, just trying to hold on to the luster that is life, remembering that we literally live each day as if when they say it as if it's our last. I was just about to do that cliche thing. I was like, live each day as it's our last. And I thought I was holding one of these, but I'm not, because I dropped it on the floor. But if we live each day knowing that it's the only day that we can control, that starts to change things. And I'm telling you, hand to God, when I really started to think more like that, I really started to shift my perspective. Listen, I can't change the things in the past. I cannot change anything. There's a lot of things I would have changed in my life. I can't change anything. I cannot worry about the future. It hasn't happened yet. I have to curate it today. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is. And my advice for you is do something radical to bring upon a change in your life. You know, like let's say you've been really wanting to, get into writing, get yourself a freaking typewriter, or you can use a computer, but get yourself a typewriter. I have something called a Free Write. I've posted it on this channel before. I really like it. Get yourself into something like that. Really try to do something different. If you're not happy, change it. That's it. Like, pivot. Figure something out. If you're in an industry, figure out how you can climb your way to being like an admin, or running your own crew, or whatever it is. Like, and the way that you do it is not going to be by, oftentimes, this is my personal opinion, is by going to school. It's a lot of times it's not that. It's by building relationships with people. It's by learning skill sets, which you could take classes for, but I don't mean like, oh, let me go back to college and just take, liberal arts and fuddle around for the next 5 years of my life. Like, I'm talking about doing something radical. You want to learn a skill set? Jump into a union. Jump into a trade school. I'm telling you, that was the most humbling experience of my life. I'd say one of the most humbling experiences of my life was when I walked into that classroom and I had no idea. Listen, I didn't know anybody. I only knew one person, a gentleman of age he's still working, but he's in his 70s. He's still rocking it. But that's the only guy that I knew because I worked with him he worked on the side at this shop that I was working at full time. And, I remember walking into that class and I see all young guys. And then there's one young woman. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, this isn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? What am I doing? And I remember I went to a sit down and I'm signing in. And the whole time I'm like, Brooke, what are you doing? Let's think this out. Let's walk this through. And then the other part was like, sometimes you just got to jump into some radical stuff. Like, we're going to do it. We're going to walk with it. We're going to roll with it. And we're going to see what happens. And now it's a couple years later and I'm starting to really pave a path of where I want to go in this industry. And I'm feeling really confident about it. Like, there's still so much that I have to deal with, that I have to go through, that I have to learn and things like that. Sorry, I'm just looking at this because I have to go back and, and we have our project manager back for the day and he's like, whoosh, he's like freaking really just very like, let's go, but anyway, I wanted to share that with you because I feel like a lot of people stop dreaming. They stop trying to attack their goals. Maybe they don't really know what their goals are, but my whole thing is like, just do something different, start like working out a little bit, like I know it sounds corny, but like for me, like I don't work out all the time, but I work out as much as I can, which is not as much. That's a lie. I work out when I feel like I want to work out. Let's be honest, Brooke, calling you out, but I try to be more consistent. Right. So like, sometimes like, and even with like the fasting, like taking my mind off things, like doing things that are a little different, not watching true crime, not friggin', getting lost into Reddit conspiracies, like videos or threads or forums, whatever, and just dreaming again, just dream. Because I swear, I feel like for as bad as things are, we're still alive. We still have a heartbeat, right? I'm still alive. I still have a heartbeat. And I remember when I was like going through like major anxiety, I used to have to like I had a psychiatrist. I love her dearly. I don't know if she's still alive. She was 96 when I saw her. God bless her and her family. What a wonderful woman. Helped me in a very, very dark time in my life. But I remember when she would say, you have to think about what's in front of you. You have the steering wheel, you have your face, you have your eyes, you have your nose. Think about how the steering wheel feels. And I remember I was like, my steering wheel's flaking off because it's old. And she's like, that's okay. Just, like whatever. Right. So now sometimes when I get really stressed, I just think about what's in front of me. Think about what I can control. Think about what I can do. Think about, life and what I want at the end of it, and how can I, enjoy it in the process. Maybe I don't have the money that I want to have. Maybe I don't have the freedom I don't want to have. Maybe I don't have the car that I want to have, right? But how do I enjoy this process so when I do have those things, I can look back and be like, damn, I did it, And that's how you have to think. Be radical, think outside the box, pivot, change your life, and be positive. So those are my advice, takeaways for this video. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I hope this video helps someone out there. I'm sorry I was rambling as per usual. Ooh, the traffic division. I have my registration. I have to friggin' make sure they don't give me a ticket. You'll see some girl you'll see a woman on New York Post. Woman slaps box traffic cop for a ticket and gets 5 years in jail. I would never. But just, I like to think of crazy stuff in my head sometimes. Anyway, all right, let's go. Come on, wrangle it in. End the video. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. God bless you and your families, and I will check you back again on the next video.